But yeah, the camaraderie is gone. Like back in the day, most of the community didn't care what you backed at. The pledge didn't matter. It didn't matter what ship you had. It was about the excitement of the game. You know, how's it going to be? We're all making guesses and we're doing theory crafting, and it was fun. You know, it was anything you can imagine. And then it got to the point now to where, I mean, people are like, yeah, you know, I bought the Super Hornet, or I bought, you know, the Saber, you know, or I bought the Gladius. Everybody under my ship, under my price point, can just piss off. Like, you don't matter. I don't care a thing about you. But I want my ship and the ships above it to be the best. Like I said, I mean, it used to be, all that's gone, man. It's all just piss and vinegar now, and salt, lots and lots of salt. And, you know, and it's all for the wrong reasons. You know, it's not that people... It's not that it's like me, you know, I've got the Aurora LN and I want to have the best ship ever, you know, and I just don't want to pay any more money. It's not like that. You know, I like the concept, I like the idea. I pledged and backed to hope to get the game out. And then, like I said, you know, I planned for a while, I planned on upgrading. And then I just kind of saw how everything was heading. And, you know, things weren't getting done. But, you know, like I said, we won't get into that. But it's about the tier system. You know, long story short, you know, if you want to TLDR this video, this is where you start. You don't want ships in tiers, because all the tiers under the good ones are garbage. People grind right past them. What's the point in having 50 ships if you only fly 5 of them? You know, on a scale from 1 to 10, if you're going, you know, I've got ship 1 or 2, I'm going to grind past the 3rd, 4th, and 5th ship, hit the 6th ship so I can increase my credits per hour. I mean, you're looking at, I don't want that. I have that in plenty of games. I don't want that, because that gets boring. Because basically, you know, you turn out to min-max it and you're done. You know, you've got guides written that take, you know, 5 minutes to read about what ships to get, what to do. You know, you go here and do this and grind till you get this much money. Then sell the ship you're in to buy this other ship. And, you know, don't even upgrade it, because you're not going to keep it very long. Don't worry about the component system. Just get this ship, go here and grind, get your money. Go over here, sell the ship you just got, you know, a week ago. Sell it here, and then go buy this ship, and just repeat the process, you know, repeat ad nauseum until you get to the ship you want, and then you actually sit and kit that ship out. Like, I don't want that. I want to have ships that I've had for a year and a half that I keep going back to because they're fun to fly, you know, and I gotta, you know, I want to repaint them. I want to do something different with them, overclock. Like, seriously, who's going to be buying components for the Aurora, or the Mustang, or the 300 series, or the Avenger? You're not going to. You know, all this idea of us buying, you know, going to certain extents to find the good overclocking components. You know, you buy like 10 of the shield generators and take them back to your hangar, use the tool bench to overclock them to find the best balance you want. You're not going to do that. You'll do it for the end ship, the one ship you're aiming for, and that's it. Think about that for a second. And then compare that to what it could be. You know, hey, you've got the Aurora, the Mustang. You keep it. You upgrade the components, you overclock them, you paint the thing, you love the thing, and then you grind money and credits to get the next ship, but you keep your original. You see what I'm saying? And then you end up, you know, over a year or so, you've got 5 or 6, 10 ships you love, each one of them. You know, you bought a ship, you didn't like it, you could sell it, no big deal. This, man, no. Like, it's, once you get on that grind to get to ship A, to ship B, to ship C, like, you're not keeping anything. You're not going to waste money and time on buying something that's not, you know, min-maxed 100%. Like I said, I feel like we limit so much when we try to stick to this tier system. You know, we've got ships that don't fit in the tier system, like the Mustang Delta, and I just feel like there's just too much left off the table, and anything on the table doesn't make sense. That's the way I see it. And we know when people tell me that, hey, you need to spend more money, like, no, you shouldn't have to. It shouldn't be spend more money, get a better ship, and be done. Because, like I said, you know, that makes CIG more money now. But, you know, when reviews come out for this game, do you really want reviewers to say, yeah, it was fun for the first 10 hours, but, you know, once you get that one ship, like, it doesn't matter anymore, you can just do anything you want to? Like, no, I don't want it to be like that. And I mean, like I said, think about the end game. Compare it to getting a ship, overclocking it, keeping it, spending time on it, and then, you know, holding on to it, and then compare that to a game where, you know, yeah, I had the Aurora for 3 days, and then I had the Avenger for 4 days, and then I had the Cutlass for 5 days, and then the Freelancer for 7 days, and then, you know, the whole D for like a month, and then now that I'm, you know, all the way up to, you see what I'm saying? It's like, the game is over quick, because once you find a way to make money, like I said, you grind right past ships that don't make any sense in a tier system. And try finding a game that tries to balance them. So yeah, you have a tier A, B, C, and D. I mean, you're still only going to buy one ship out of that tier if they're balanced. And no, you don't expect an Aurora Clipper to haul as much as a Freelancer. No, you don't. But you expect the Clipper to have advantages that makes it viable. You know, is it super, super efficient? Is it super cheap, super fast to repair? You know, can you buy more components for it and overclock them more and have a better, you know, you see what I'm saying? But no, you're going to be like, okay, well, that's starter ship tier. And then you have tier 2, which means anything in tier 2 is always going to be faster and more agile, better cooling, better weapons, more cargo. You know, I don't want to skip from tier A, B, C, D and be done with the game, because it's basically a race to grind. And when you get those ships, like I said, I mean, do you really want to have to, you know, I have to buy this ship. I don't like it. I hate the way it looks. I hate the way it flies. But it's got the best shields and the best armor and the best weapons, the best cooling, the best power plant. And I don't have an option. You know, this other ship that, you know, I think it looks fantastic. You know, like to me, like the Gladiator reminds me of like the old ships back in the 80s. Like, you know, the nostalgic ships. There's no point in having one of those, man. Like, it's a squishy Hornet that has a torpedo bay. Like, there's no point in having it. You would skip right past it. You know, if they made it to where it fit its role, then yeah, you would keep it for a bomber. But you're not going to. You know, you'd grind right past that and get like the Retaliator and never look back. And I don't want that. But, you know, some people think that, you know, they paid a lot of money and, you know, their ship should be better 100%. They shouldn't have to worry about anything. You know, basically it was the mindset of, well, if I buy, you know, one of the trio, I should only have to worry about the other trio. You know, the starter ships and all the other crap ships, as they put them, can just hammer me for a week and a half and it's not even going to drain my shields all the way. I mean, what kind of game is that? I don't, why are you guys doing that? I don't get that. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you've been able to understand this video a little bit. You know, like I said, it's not as concise as I want it to be, but it's never going to be as concise because every time I make a video and I edited it for days, you know, I get it out, I publish it, and then the next day I'm like, yeah, I didn't think about talking about that. Like I said, it's making CIG money now, but if it's killing the game long term, that needs to be redone. You know, don't make the ships the point of the pledge price. Make the other things you get with it the point. But, you know, that's just it's water under the bridge because it's never going to change nothing. But I just want you guys, some of you that just think that, you know, hey, I spent $100, every ship under that should not, you know, be able to kill me, or I should have this, you know, this certain amount of advantage. And the same, like I said, the same guy that posted that starter ships will have no disadvantage whatsoever, you know, he's copy pasting what happened in the very beginning before we even had the tier system. He turned around and commented 30 minutes later on another comment someone had posted and said that, well, if you're in a starter ship, you know, you're going to have to just grind on somebody else's crew until you can afford a decent ship. So, I mean, that's the mindset. You get people say, oh, it's not pay to win, but turn right around. Yeah, it is. Like, the starter ships aren't viable, and it's like, you know, that's your fault. You didn't pay enough money. It's like, that's not how a game should work. But like I said, that's a tier system. That's why it's destroying the game, because people aren't open to discussion. Because they're, you know, the ship that, like the Gladius, is supposed to be an interceptor. It's supposed to have been used, it was, if I remember correctly, and I'm sure someone will comment if I don't, but it replaced the Avenger. And see, the Avenger used to be an interceptor, like it was used by the UEE, and they still use it as a police vehicle. But at this time, I mean, it's basically the Avenger, like you wouldn't take that out to go get groceries when you've got Hornets and Super Hornets and Sabres out there, let alone be a police interceptor. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, the Avenger, the bounty pods, that one drives me nuts. 6 bounty pods. There is no way you're going to use an Avenger to capture either a constellation full of people, or, you know, get enough ships consecutively in one run without having to stop to drop off prisoners to fill up 6 pods. Like, none of that makes sense. The only way that makes sense is you've got some guy who's got an Avenger Warlock who's flying with you, and you've got the Avenger Stalker, and you guys go in and he, you know, disables a constellation. And then somehow you two, you know, you fly in after because you don't want to be disabled too. You fly in, you both EVA over to the constellation and take the whole crew prisoner. I mean, like I said, these scenarios don't make any sense. And why people think, like I said, the concepts, they're holding on to concepts that were here before the tier system. The tier system shows up and it's destroying the game. And like I said, if you can't see the difference between the ships being pitched and the original concepts and then what they are, you know, and there are outliers like the Cutlass. It was just designed incorrectly. It never flew right. But to make up for that, they've got, you know, the Buccaneer, and then now they're trying to go back and balance that to the, you know, to the Cutlass. And now the Cutlass has a lot more teeth, and it's supposed to fly a lot better, and it's completely redesigned. And that's the issue, is you got to keep going back and redesigning ships, because once you start putting them in a tier system, you've got to make some. You have to plan for some to be obsolete now, so you have to cut the legs out from under it. And then other ships that cost more, you have to change and improve them So I mean, like I said, we're running circles. We could have had all this solved by simply not having a tier system. You know, like I said, each ship will be a little bit better at something. That's what made you drawn to it. But, you know, you had the option of, well, you like the looks better on this one, or the design philosophy behind that one, or, you know, you just want to be a Drake collector. Like, all the ships would be viable, or you have use for all of them. Not now. And I feel like, well, I mean, like I said, I feel like we're pigeonholing ourselves, and I think a lot of you guys don't realize you're asking for that. You're asking to be stuck in the same ship for the rest of the game. Because like I said, I mean, you got these small to medium fighters that can do it all. They have the best shields, best weapons, you know, best speed, best armor. And, you know, even like the Hornet series can haul cargo. Like the only way you can do anything different is either get a bigger cargo ship, which isn't going to fight as good, is not going to fit through small jump points. So, I mean, you're pigeonholing yourself. You've got these you know, you've got the trio that make no sense in the tier system. The only way that makes sense is I paid more money, it should perform better. And then it's like the rest of the whole game, all the other ships have to suffer for that. And then you had people who honestly thought that it should take, and this what gets me is like you know, they want the Super Hornet to be, it takes 3 or 4 starter ships to take it on, but it can solo, you know, a larger ship like the Constellation. Like people want to solo a Constellation and a Hornet, or solo, you know, a Caterpillar and a Hornet. You think about the game, how, say you're hauling cargo or you're a miner. I mean, do you really, every time you be intercepted, do you want to be the same ship over and over? Wouldn't it be nice if you were hauling, you know, minerals in the MISC Prospector? Wouldn't it be great if you just, you know, got intercepted by, you know, a ragtag group of, like, you know, a Mustang and an Aurora and maybe even, like, you know, an Avenger or a Gladius? No. It's going to be, oh, it's either a Hornet or, no, look, it's a Super Hornet. Oh, wow, that guy's actually flying a Saber. No. It's going to be the same ships over and over and over. But no, I mean, people, like I said, they don't think about that. They think about winning an Arena Commander, getting on the leaderboard, you know, talking about how great of a pilot they are because they have the best ship. And if, you know, they won't touch a starter ship with a 10-foot pole because it sucks and they're not such a good pilot in it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. The only way it makes sense is I paid more money, it should perform better. I shouldn't have to worry about the other ships. And like I said, the whole game suffers. The whole game suffers for that. I guess the thing I want to add on to the end of this is kind of a question to you guys of, why are you guys deleting your own comments? I don't understand that one. You know, like if you're watching my videos, and like I said, this one I'm going to challenge myself to quit cussing so much just because I feel like I just kind of overdo it sometimes. But I mean, YouTube is an open discussion platform. That's why we have a comment section. You know, if you post something, you know, specifically if you copy paste information that was outdated or even wasn't relevant back in its day and you're still copy pasting that, when people come back, you know, even me or my other commenters come back and give you information and, you know, links to follow, leave that up, please. Even if you feel like you were, I guess, wrong about the discussion or made mistakes or were uninformed, leave it up. Because I have a lot of new people coming in, and videos like this kind of puts everything in perspective for them. Because there are tons and tons of positive, happy YouTube videos, and, you know, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But it's when people come in and they start posting misinformation. You know, like I had a lot of people people just post stuff that was 100% incorrect. Like it wasn't correct back in the day when that was part of the issue, but it's still not correct now. And the ones that post, look, I don't know why there's this huge rivalry between Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous. I mean, to me, they're both space games. I got a bookshelf that's got space games on it. You know, never in those forums were people screaming that, you know, this game was not as good as this game because of the developer. You know, it was always issues. Every game has issues. I mean, like I said, Elite's got issues that drive me up the wall, but it's fun to play. But some of the issues it's already solved, I feel like can be, you know, converted over into Star Citizen and get things done and get things heading in a you know, much quicker pace. You have people posting that, you know, Elite Dangerous, just stuff about it, like, you know, it didn't have outposts and places to land on, you know, moons, and that it had, you know, I forgot, one guy said it had like 100 solar systems, and it has 100 billion, that's with a B, solar systems. And then one guy, I think it was the same guy, was saying that well, everything's procedural generated in Elite Dangerous. Well, Star Citizen has procedural planets too. And, you know, that's the thing too, is the landing sites, most of them, they told us most of them are going to be, it's a modular system that, you know, it's just, That's it. It's a modular system that's procedurally put down, and there's only going to be a few landing sites they go back with an artist to actually hands-on create it and, you know, and kind of fix it up a little bit, put their own personal touch onto it. And, you know, we kept going round and round in circles. And then, you know, one guy didn't even know that Elite you could land anymore. Or that, you know, you had, one guy was the Hollow Me. He's like, you can't create your character. And I'm like, in Elite Dangerous. He said, you can't create your character in Elite Dangerous. I'm like, yes, you can. They just had an update. And, I mean, honestly, guys, if you don't know, give Elite Dangerous a shot. You know, even I don't own the expansion. And they've got tons planned. But, guys, Google Elite Dangerous Space Legs. And I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'll put it like this. It seems like Elite Dangerous is getting some of the very basis of what Star Citizen was sold on. Elite Dangerous is getting that out. Like, they've already got some of it. They don't have all of it. But guys, they're getting pretty darn close. So if you're looking for a space game where you can, I mean, pretty soon it looks like it's going to be where you can get in and out of your ship and go anywhere and fight, you know, have an FPS in space and have EVA and zero gravity. I mean, guys, it's getting to the point to where we've got other games that are doing this now. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why you would be mad at that. To me, you would be happy because you have an option. Like, I don't feel like playing this particular space game because of its issues. I can swallow this particular space game's issues better this week. I'll just play this game this week. And then next week, you know, you might switch back to the old. But why, you know, some people think that it's just like heresy to even talk about Elite Dangerous or even compare them. That's what blew my mind. Like, you can't compare two space games because reasons. I don't understand you guys sometimes. Anyway. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the thumbs up, the thumbs down, and the death threats. I appreciate those. You all have a good one, and I will see you next time.